it do, everyday people, man? We up in this thing. Might as well get it.
I forgot to tell y'all how I found out that my husband's brother was actually his boyfriend. Yes, let me get into it. So on the first day that my husband tried to talk to me, his brother was actually with him, right? It is so crazy how I even found out that they were actually together. Now, mind you, 7 whole years I was with this man. Me, him, and his brother, the kids would go on trips together. They would even go on solo trips by themselves. His brother was always around. Again, I didn't think anything of it because when I first met him, they were together. I thought this was literally his brother for real. So my suspicions grew more intense when he started to get up to go to the restroom to talk to his brother. Why do you have to get up, to go to the bathroom to talk to your brother, right? So one day he went to the bathroom, so I got up and I put my ear to the door. And he was like, I love you, babe. So now at this point, I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on? Is a female in his phone as brother, or is he actually telling his brother, I love you, babe? Why are you telling your brother, I love you, babe? So I didn't mention anything about it, because I wanted to do my proper research. Now, the second part of why I grew suspicious is because when he would come over, every time he would come over, we would have drinks and I would get extremely sleepy. Like, extremely sleepy to the point where I, left them up to go to bed. So that was another red flag. Why am I always getting sleepy and they don't, now mind you, wine and liquor, certain wines do put you, to sleep. But it was like, nah, am I being drugged? Oh, it gets deep, y'all. So his brother knows that my favorite wine is Stella Rosa. And if y'all want to send me some after this, because we all gonna need it. But no. So when he would come over, he would bring Stella Rosa and he would, go in the kitchen. Sis, I'm about to go in the kitchen, fix you something to drink, so we could, wine and dine. Okay. I never thought of it because this is his brother. And I have people that's saying, have you met his family? Yes, I met his family. I met his mother, sisters, his other brothers, and everything. Everyone was in on this, but I'm going to get to all of that. How I found out, that they knew, that he was gay, blase squads. I'm going to get to all of that. So fast forward to when he came. He came that night after I heard my husband on the phone saying, I love you, babe. He came that night. He went in, in the kitchen or whatever like that, to fix us some wine. So when he came out, y'all, I had to play it cool. So I wasn't really, I wasn't drinking the wine because I'm like, I'm staying up to.
All right, so yeah, y'all remember this story, man. Yeah, crazy situation, right? Well, we just gonna go through the update, man, and it really ain't much, but I didn't feel like making a whole video. I said, forget it, just go live, So I don't think she really tell too much of the story. So these are really short clips, but we just wanted to get an update on, when she found out her husband was not doing the bending. Okay. Crazy situation.
Good morning, y'all. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm going to go ahead and get straight to it. Since everybody want to play, we're going to play today. All right, Latanya, I'm going to go ahead and start with you. The fact that you sat in my face for 7 years and called me your sister-in-law, knowing that your brother been gay, The whole time is beyond me. Even when your brother told me not to let you in our house, I still took it upon myself to let you stay with us, and all you had was the pissy clothes that you brought with you. But we ain't gonna get into all that. But what I will say is, I know for a fact your husband is sleeping with your first cousin Shay. Yeah, the one that you been to the club with just last Saturday, he's sleeping with. Oh, I bet you ain't knew that, but let's clock that tea. And nobody need to call me and say I'm doing too much, because everybody did too much. Ain't nobody been saying nothing when everybody was playing in my face and I ain't knew nothing. All right, Miss Brenda Lee, it's your turn. The fact that you sat in my face for 7 years and called me your daughter-in-law knowing that your son was gay, but instead of you telling him to be a real man, you protecting him. Everybody knew he was gay but me. And you knew that he had a boyfriend, and yet you didn't say nothing. But guess what? I'm about to tell, since everybody playing me for a fool, I'm about to tell everybody business today. Let's talk about how you, in the marriage for 26 years, believe your husband every other night saying that you going to work, but you sleeping with somebody half your age. Not only is you sleeping with men half your age, you supposed to be a whole parole officer. But do they know that you sleeping with your clients? Oh, just like I said, I'm talking everybody to today. And Ja'Cory, my love, you could have told me. We talked about every single thing. But it's true what they say. Hurt people hurt people. And you wasn't happy with yourself, and you wasn't happy with being with me. But just like I said, you could have told me, my love. But since you didn't, we about to get down and dirty today. I'm pissed because how everybody knew I was in the lab of the marriage but me. I'm hurt.
Yeah, man, this is the update. You know what I'm saying? She just went off on the whole family. So I'm over here scrolling the comments. I'm trying to see is the family in the comments section. Okay, because they got to, not Miss Brenda Lee. Okay, Miss Brenda Lee. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, sister ain't playing, but yeah. So I'm pretty sure there's some folks in the comment section that's really upset with her at this moment. Okay. What up, Young Blood? What up, Latanya Hall? Yeah, get your drinks. Shit's getting real. She found out the mama. I don't know how she, families. Sometimes, women feel like they could be comfortable enough to tell their business to other people in the family, like who they cheating on and whoopty bam. So that's probably how they found out.
But instead of, okay, so a lot of you want to know how did I start sleeping with my husband's boyfriend, and I want to tell it, right? But I know that TikTok has a lot of restrictions because they have been trying to delete some of the videos that I have been posting. With that part, I would like to tell y'all the whole story unfiltered, but I don't think that TikTok will be the place for me to do so. If y'all know of a website or an app that I can use where I won't have to filter my words, then I would definitely do so.
Maybe I should.
And when I say unfiltered, I mean telling everything. Y'all so messy, but I have time all weekend. I do not work this weekend, so I have time to tell the whole story on how me and my husband boyfriend ended up sleeping together. Now the thing that I want to know is do y'all want to know it all, or do y'all want to know it all? Okay, so a lot of you want to know how did I start.
All.
I'm definitely not finished with you. You just told me how your daddy called you saying that he didn't think Latanya was his because your mama had been cheating on him for years and think he didn't know. And the first time that you had me watching gay porn, I asked you if you was gay, and you said no, it was just a fetish that you had. You talked me into pegging you, saying that this was my wifely duties to do, and you was gay all along. You didn't want my penetration. You wanted a man. And now that everybody's business getting put out, y'all want to blow me up. Nah, I'm at work. When the secrets were being kept, y'all ain't had nothing to say. So keep it that way. And for the people that's asking me if I'm keeping the baby, I don't know. If it's my husband's, definitely not. If it's the boyfriend's, maybe, because he don't have no kids. And the fact that y'all had to drug me instead of just telling me that y'all wanted to be together is beyond me. And for the people that's calling me dumb for not leaving, where was I going to go? Now, granted, him and his family, you know now, so I have no choice but to leave. But again, I do not know where I'm going, but I'll figure it out. Y'all, this is just too much for me today. And y'all can stop blowing up my phone. I'll be a fool to meet y'all anywhere. I ain't dumb. I'm definitely not finished with you. You just told me how your daddy called you saying that he didn't think LaTanya was his because your mama had been cheating on him for years and think he didn't know.
That's
and the
crazy.
first time that you had...
Yeah, so I just reached out to this young lady, and we're going to try to get her on today because she said she got time today. Okay? You know? Now, I don't know this, T6, but I'm just saying. The people that be saying this, I shouldn't say this, but they say if it's done by your woman, it ain't gay. Don't ask me. I don't know where the hell I heard that at, but I just... These motherfuckers is...
Happy Saturday, y'all. I just wanted to come on here and give y'all a quick update. So when my husband came home last night, we talked. I will go into detail what we talked about. Well, y'all already know what we talked about. I have not talked to his boyfriend yet, but I have talked to him, nor did I talk to the family. He is about to take me to lunch. Don't judge. And I will tell y'all how that goes. Yes, I am at the house. Again, I do not have any family here, so I have to do what I have to do for the time being. I am not saying that I am staying with my husband. I am just saying that he's taking me out so that we can sit and talk some more. Also, I am going live again later. I'll probably say around 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. If you was on my live last night, it was really, really juicy. It probably was too juicy. If you was on my live last night, please give me your feedback. Should I keep going? Do I need to slow it down? Was it too juicy? Was it too spicy? Was it not enough spice? I want to hear from y'all.
I'm going to just tell y'all, I watched her live, and it was very, very long. So, she gave out some information, but, like, it's just in too many parts. It's not even, like, she was just answering questions, and it was only, like, it wasn't, like, a lot of people in there. So, like, she was answering the questions from the same people, and it was just kind of long and drawn out. So I wish she would do it in like a story time, not just like go live and answer questions. But like she's not a experienced content creator, so she don't really like have a format down. So it's really kind of just like, her answering questions. Now of course, we can get into a little bit of it. I have no problem with that. I'm gonna let y'all hear.
The same boyfriend, yes. I want to see ours too, or y'all want to see me. It seems like y'all kinky too.
Yeah, see, this is part of her live. Like half of it was frozen.
And share this live, please. I thought, okay, I was going to do what on live? What am I supposed to be doing on live? How long have I been with the brother? About 2 years.
She been sleeping with the brother.
I don't think anyone is like Peach. 7 years, 9 years together.
See, she just answering questions. It's like,
I want to see ours too, or y'all want to see me. It seems like y'all kinky too. Y'all kinky like us.
I don't think
No, y'all want to see me? Dang. Dang, y'all want to see me? Get deleted. Boyfriend, but that's another story for another day. No, I'm not okay. If I need to slow down, put slow down. If I need to keep going, say keep going. I need answers. Slow down or keep going. Speed it up. I know that's right. Just stop. Oh my Lord. Madea gonna hunt you by and down low. Oh. They gifted me. Oh, thank you.
So she didn't answer no questions. I mean, she did, but she didn't. Like it was kind of frustrating. Let me go to the other live, cause she did too.
Y'all know this?
So she started
Not
playing
sure.
music.
Okay. I can't answer this one. You think they won the party? Why was the brother there? Because they were saying that they were brothers. Now, and this is another thing. When I was being drugged, it wasn't, and I'm not justifying it, but I don't know when I say being drugged is because every time I got wine, it screamed me sleepy, right? So I can't honestly, and I'm saying this, I have not told anyone this. I can't honestly say if I was drugged or not, or if I just became sleepy all the time, but I was like drowsy. I really was. Right, okay. Yes, I sleep very hard.
Mm.
2 years. Me and him been dealing 2 years. And I'm just being straight up with y'all. I can't see. I don't know how to put a filter on it. Time that I was with my husband, we always had quiet SDX. So to get someone that y'all see my doing too much, y'all tell me when I'm doing too much. Tell me, say, sis, bring it down. Gigi, that's what you here for, to tell me to bring it down. You got to help me bring it down. If I'm doing too much, tell me to bring it. If I'm doing too much with y'all, it's y'all, I'm for real. I ain't never had that. I ain't gonna even sit here and lie. Like the whole time that I was with my husband, we always right. So imagine, and when I say that the boyfriend gave me a feeling that I never had, because me and my husband always had quiet SEX. We never talked. So when I got someone that talked me through my, can I say the old word? See, y'all, I can't do this. I can't see. I don't know how to put a filter on it. Do y'all know what the old word is, right?
We all adults now.
Do y'all know what the old word, right? Okay, so the OG, can I say, yes. Somebody said it. Yes. So he taught me. Oh, y'all. Oh.
She getting hot and bothered.
Y'all. He taught me through it, y'all. And I'm sorry, y'all. I got to get myself together.
Damn, she thinking
I
about
gotta
it.
get myself together. Because I never had that. Ever. But we get, okay, I'm doing so much, y'all. Tell me. Are y'all gonna judge me if I say that when I went downstairs, I was turned on a little bit, but hurt at the same time? No, I actually did not join in. You get what I'm saying? It's kind of like, I'm just gonna use this for example. It's kind of like you seeing something that you never seen before, but when you seen it, it's like you were like turned on. So, okay. When I went down, Judge Free Zone, thank you. So when I went downstairs, I peeped the way our house is, you know. I peeped. Well, first I heard you sus. I can't believe I was seeing this. I was hearing you said that you was going, you know, tell her. That's the part I did. You said you was going to tell her you should have been told her. And it was like the cheeks been clapping. Tearing him up. Bending him backwards. Tearing him down, y'all. And when what I seen was the boyfriend had my husband by the neck. Y'all, am I doing too much? Am I doing too much? Tell me if I'm doing too much. I'm going to keep going. Every which way but loose. Tell me if I'm doing too much. And I will stop, okay? So when I went down, he had my husband by the neck. And as he had him by the neck, he was just like stroking him. He was, you know, stroking him, and he was like going fast and I had him, and he was like, you said you was, so he was like, you know, just talking, you know, they was talking back and forth to each other about me, but he saying my husband up. So mind you, my husband got his eyes closed, but he's getting choked. So the boyfriend turned around and looked at me like you know how he looked at me, y'all. That's not play games here. He looked at me like he either looked at me like, you next? Or he looked at me like, do you want to join? And this is the question that I have now that I'm thinking about it and I'm talking to y'all about it. Did my husband know? Right? Because the smirk that he gave me was like, do you... This lady lying. Okay. All right. We're going to keep... I'm lying.
It's a wild story to
We're going to keep it like that. I'm lying. He looked at me like either... You missed what? I know you ain't missed the story time. It do seem make-believe. Okay. So he looked at me like, you next? Or come join? Now, I will say this. And this is another exclusive. I I wouldn't say if it was, if it would have been another way around where I didn't see them having sex, maybe we could have potentially did 2 Men and Me, right? Because I'm a true believer that yeah, you're right.
2025 is live.
Low cuts with them deep waves. So I like a black man. And my man, my husband, he is skinny, black, low cut, manly man. He is. I would say my husband is 6'1", and Jay, I'm gonna just say Jay, I think they both the same. I think Jay is probably a little shorter, but the package is a little longer. Okay, he's straight. What is that? So y'all still married? Yes, we are. How did you catch them? Oh, I got to tell y'all again.
She got new people coming in the live.
I got to tell y'all again.
She should just tell the story.
Baby, you know.
Because the lives ain't
Please
fun.
tell I didn't hear. Oh, my God. Okay, pin her question. What happened when your husband finally came upstairs? What you mean? What you mean? What happened? He did anything that anybody would do after having some good STAs and take his behind to sleep. He went to sleep, and I've been crying me a river all that night. Child, boo. No, we are not poly.
I mean, you might as well be at this point. I mean, now that the jig is up, I don't see what y'all waiting on.
Was the story time good? Did I give y'all a little to keep y'all going until tomorrow? I do not like it. Yes. Yes, I have slept with Jay numerous of times, yes. Just one more.
She gonna sleep with him.
So I will tell you how I started sleeping with the boyfriend tomorrow.
I guess we're gonna get that update.
Did I give y'all something though? Did I? You get what I'm saying? Did I give y'all a little?
Yeah.
I fixed myself up today because I'm going out with the hubby, so I want to look good today. Look at me, silly me, now back in love again. Y'all don't judge me.
We listen and we don't judge.
Don't judge me. I'm seeing y'all comments. No, we are not back together. He's just taking me out. But again, just like I said, it is not easy just to leave your marriage. Oh my God. Y'all not trying to understand it. I love y'all, and I know y'all love me. I know y'all want what's best for me. I'm not going to say that I got this because I got this with y'all. Y'all don't do me like that.
I already talked to him.
Don't judge me.
I saw when he came in. Y'all was ready in front of me.
Oh, we got to talk to everybody every time we go out. But I love y'all, and I will still be going live tonight. I'm trying to figure out why this lady is all up in my video. Oh my God. But, okay.
Good morning, y'all. I know I promised y'all a live last night, but I was not up to it after we left the concert. So, quick update. Me and hubby are on the way to church. Um, he was basically telling me how if I want to leave him, we need to, take the proper, way out. And basically, he was telling me how God frowned upon divorce. So he said that we need to go to church together. And as his wife, I have to be submissive and do everything that he tells me to do. So we are currently getting ready
This is
to go to
blasphemous.
church. I do not feel like people looking at me. I'm already um,
Humiliated.
good morning, y'all. I know I promised y'all a live last. I'm already in hell. I'm going through a lot. And then to make matters worse, this is a family church. So I may see his family and his boyfriend there. And then about the concert, last night I did want to explain that to you. So he brought me tickets. Well, all of us brought tickets. Me, him, and his boyfriend brought tickets prior to even finding out. So I love Westlove. So I did go to the concert with them, but I didn't talk to them because I didn't have time. I wanted to go and have a good time. So that's that. I was supposed to go live last night, but I was just exhausted. But I am going live, and the live today will be basically a tell all. It's some things that y'all have been waiting for me to answer. So I'll be answering those questions on live. If you missed the live, don't worry because that live will then be posted on YouTube. If they cut off the live, then I will just go over to YouTube, okay? Because I don't want to have to filter. So if they cut it off, then I'll just head over to YouTube. So y'all go ahead and subscribe to YouTube. The link is in the bio. Also, go ahead and add me on Instagram. I will talk to y'all later. Let me go ahead and finish getting ready because he's waiting. Y'all have a good Sunday. I'm already.
Oh shit, my bad. Thanks for letting me know. All right, so damn, what was I saying? Oh, so I reached out to her because um I put it on mute because that last clip was hella low, and I didn't want y'all not to be able to hear anything. So um I put myself on mute. But anyway, I was saying um she went live. Of course, y'all heard some of the live, but it was so like she was just answering questions from random people, and it was like people coming in. It wasn't nobody that's actually privy to the story, just random people, and they was just catching up. Oh, what I missed and all that. So I guess it was on TikTok. Then she uploaded it to YouTube. Well, like I said, I reached out to her. Hopefully she responds, and I could get her on, and I could kind of guide her through the video, or through the rest of the story because on live, it's like, you know, it's like she's having conversations with multiple people and not just telling the story. Like, you started off the story time very good, and then you just, like, I don't know, she just started coming with these 1 minute clips. Like, man, give us a good 30 minutes of your time. Let's get this story out there, and we can move on to other videos. I only did this because I ain't got work tomorrow, so I was wide awake. And then I was like, well, let me record a video. But then I was like, man, I'm not even. I saw some of the clips, and I was just like, I didn't watch the full clips, but I knew it was just like a minute long. I was like, man, I'm not finna sit here and record this, then edit it and put it out. I'm gonna just drop it so y'all know that we can. Just so y'all know, we can try to get her on. If we get her on, then it'll be great. You know what I'm saying? And we can get the full story. You know, I can kind of pull it out of it. You know what I mean? And that is what it is. But I think, you know, at this point, just join in, sister. Like, she don't seem like she's totally against it. She might have been heartbroken, but she not leaving for financial reasons. And you know, appreciate you, Gary. Yeah, I go live all the time, and I want to do y'all want to do? Anybody got anything to say? I'll turn on the phone line, and you can call in. I guess we ain't got nothing else to do, so you might as well tell us tell us what y'all think about it. So if somebody want to call in, I'll take a call real quick. And we can just do it that way. Cause let me go ahead and give y'all a number. So if anybody want to call in, I'm gonna let y'all give y'all's opinion on the situation. But yeah, you know what I mean? You know. You know, at this point, just join in because, like I said, I don't think she's totally against it. Like, we watched a video earlier where a girl, she met with a guy, or she was dating a guy. She went $100,000 in debt over, and then found out he had a whole boyfriend. I haven't been to the Oak Room, but I don't know. I don't really do clubs like that, not no more. Or if whatever is supposed to be lounge. Like if they got a live band, I don't even like going out in Oklahoma because it's the same people. Like, I love my people, but I ain't. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be honest. I'm sick of y'all niggas. I'd rather go to a club where I don't know nobody. I ain't shaking hands all night. I could just come in there, sit, chill, and, you know, have a drink. I don't want to be shaking hands and talking to people all night. So I don't really go out in the city. Or if I do, I go to a cigar bar and I can chill and watch the game. Because, yeah, but shout out to the Oak Room though. It'd be nice up in there. You know what I'm saying? I be shocked to see the people I grew up with dress nice. You know what I'm saying? Niggas don't be wearing Jordans and stuff. Like, oh, you go in a suit. You really own a suit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was supposed to go to Texas today, but I got a dentist appointment in the morning, so I didn't go. I was just gonna go and come right back. But anyway, I just went to the store and bought some Jordans instead. And I bought a Chicago Bulls jacket because I got the 85 joints. Same folks doing the same thing, looking around. Yeah, I figured that out. I'm good on that. But yeah, somebody asked me to go, and I was like, yeah. From the east side, reside on the south side, baby. Yeah, I'm a Douglas Trojan. But yeah, man, this lady, she really need to just join in, or oh yeah, I was talking about the girl earlier. The girl earlier who called her boyfriend had a boy. Her boyfriend had a boyfriend. She was actually willing to deal with him and stay with him and maybe, you know, continue their relationship because she really didn't care that he was bisexual because she said she was into women too. So the fact that she was into women too, and and he was into men, it did it didn't bother her, and she said that they like to watch that he was gonna like just watch gay porn instead of um like going to see actual guys. But so she was actually down for it, and not only that, this ain't the first story. Oh yeah, shout out to Forest Park. I was raised on Coltrane. I lived on Coltrane for the first half of my life. But yeah, um, I went to Pleasant Hill Elementary. She way too relaxed to like, girl, you like she should just it's man, really, I'm gonna be honest. Like, don't nobody really even care these days. Like, motherfuckers is freaky. You know what I'm saying? I ain't done some freaky shit before. You know what I'm saying? So, just not no Diddy shit, but like when you young, you just get out there and do stuff, and it's your private life. So whatever you do in your private life is your private life. You know what I mean? So, um, I got a cousin right now. She's you know, she got a girlfriend. We supposed to do? Ain't nobody care. We got a cousin that got a boyfriend. Nobody care. Like, it is what it is. Um, so, um, and I was watching something. Um, some YouTube show. I don't know how I came across it, but it was about girls dating in Atlanta. I gotta go find that. Whatever I was watching, it wasn't like an ongoing series. It was just a guy talking to different women, and the like a few of the women was like they didn't mind that they man had been with a man because it's Atlanta, but it was and it wasn't no ugly chicks. One of the girls was not ugly at all, and she really preferred it because she said she into that freaky shit. So there's a whole subgenre now of women that are, uh, cool with this. So, now I don't think he was concerned about his wife finding out because if he's doing it downstairs at his home while she's upstairs asleep, like obviously he don't give a damn. And maybe that's a kink in itself when people be cheating right under their spouse. You know, that's a whole kink, man or woman. Um, or they call them cuckolds, where dudes will watch their wives getting pound out. You know, when you tap into these freak man, join a freaky Facebook group. You'll see how freaky your town is. It's out there. You know what I mean? You'll be thinking, what you thinking is based on yourself. You be like, oh man, I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't do this. But you'll fuck around and see a family member in these groups getting it in how they fit in, and then only thing y'all could do is talk about it and be like, yeah. And then I'm telling y'all, I'm telling you, it be real out here. But swingers groups, they live out here. Like they have whole parties out here in the city. I mean, I'm pretty sure they got them everywhere, but they out here. So I don't put it past people doing freaky shit. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's time. It ain't everybody's preference. You know what I'm saying? It's not everybody's preference, but life goes on. Think about it like this. Think about it like this. Your boss be doing probably some wild shit when they clock out and go home. Don't let nobody kiss your kids. Okay? Especially like if you know you got a freaky ass uncle and he bring his girlfriend over, don't let her kiss your kids. Don't let her kiss your kids. Because yeah, she probably gave your uncle head on the way over. And she try to be all nice to the kids. Oh, I ain't seen you in a long time. Be like, hey. I know how my uncle get down. You ain't gonna be kissing my kids with your dick sucking lips, okay? You know what I'm saying? So, that's just the way it goes, man. So I wouldn't shame her. I do want to have a conversation with her to get the whole story. But listen, we listen when we judge, but we ain't gonna judge. It is what it is. We're gonna have this TikTok, what I call it, TikTok after dark looking ass. I mean, Layla, some people don't listen. Some people don't know until you with another freaky person, and then like I'ma just tell y'all. I ain't gonna go too deep into it, but I don't like my balls being played with. But one day, a girl put them in her mouth, and I'm ticklish, so I'm over here like. Stop. You know what I mean? But after a few times, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I work in corporate. So Latanya, I'm telling you, like for real, like I got friends. I got different friends who they indulge in different stuff. When they indulge in different stuff and I listen, I be like, oh, interesting. And I just be like, what am I supposed to say? Ew! And I'll be like, damn, that's pretty different. So when you, late night, it got real over here. What's up, Boosie? Boosie in the building. So pretty much, you know what I'm saying? What I'm telling about this woman, I'm trying to get her on to my live, or we're gonna try to get her a video. I reached out to her. She's maybe taking some messages, so y'all just hit her up, Miss. That's her TikTok, and be like, hey, hit up Everyday PJ. Message her and say, hit up Everyday PJ, and get on live with him so we can get this story time out, because her story time was not very put together. So like we would sit here and just be listening to her like breathing and reading random people questions. So what we could do is just like really just get the questions out. Um, I've had men ask to pee on them. Oh, okay. Speaking of, all right, I had, once dated a person, and she was like, she tried to sneak it in on me. She was just like, yeah, we could shower together, and then I want you to pee on me. And I was like, did you say what? And she was like, yeah, yeah. You hear what I said? I said, I heard you. So I was just like, interesting. Cause at first, when you're talking to somebody, and you be like, "Are you freaky?" And you be like, "Ah, yeah, I'm a little freaky. I'm this, that. I like this. I like that." You know. So she was like, when I was like, "Damn, you into it?" She was like, "Yeah, I don't like to lead with that much freakiness because while you don't want to scare people off, but I like to get peed on when you pee on me. I mean, unless you just want somebody, unless you just that's all you want that person for." And yeah, she should do a story time first, then start answering questions, because it just wasn't. She told a little bit of detail. I got to some part of it, and then uh, you know, eventually, you know, I peed on her. So you know, let's just say that didn't last very long, but it was a shower curtain emojis. I'm just glad she got a battery in the damn smoke detector shit. You know, I'll be listening to some of these story times. I'll be getting, God damn, man. When you turn that, go put a battery in that motherfucker. Um, yeah, she wanted to go. She wanted to go to shower in the shower. So for the toilet paper, you gotta explain the toilet paper. Where do? Yes, I did. I did. And like I said, I've done some freaky shit. Fucked on some women in front of their husbands. Now I don't know why I'm telling y'all this. It's like, but when you young, you just out there. Fuck it. You know. One time, I remember I was 16 years old. Y'all remember like you go in the back. I don't know what y'all got out there in y'all cities, but we got this thing called the Gazette. In the Gazette, um, there's at the back of it, there's like advertisements, and so there's an advertisement for like this call chat line, and they'll give you 60 minutes free, right? So what we used to do is, PJ after dark, it get deep. What we used to do is, um, Interesting. Interesting, Layla. Yeah, I mean, man, like I said, you get bored one day and you find somebody invite you. Go to your Facebook invites. Go to your Facebook invites. You've probably been invited to one of these rooms. Somebody you know invited you because they wanna. Um. Um. Oh yeah. Go. We'll call it. Get that number right. And so we'll talk to these. We'll get this lady, and um, I knew she was a big lady. She was a white lady. She was big. She was like, yeah, I wanna have sex with you. And I was like, all right, mind you, I'm 16. So I was like, cool. Then she told me her husband wanna watch it. I was like, So I don't know about that. I don't know. And then so well, her and her husband come pick me up. I'm riding in the back seat. I'm like nervous. They talking. Would you like a shot of, I don't know, I think it was maybe Jack Daniels or something. I was like, nah, I don't drink. They was like, oh, okay. Well, anything to, make you loosen up if you need it, we'll get it. I was like, nah, I'm straight. I'm like, I hope these motherfuckers don't try to kill me. So the whole time I'm just like praying that don't nobody try to do nothing to me. Well, we get to the house, normal house, middle class family. I mean, they didn't have no kids. It was just them. And the guy, I just remember he had like a lazy eye. And the lady, she was like 5'3", 250. You know what I'm saying? Beer belly, hang over her panties, and no ass. She was big, and you know, and mind you, I was probably like 5'8", 5'9", 5'10". I wasn't my full 6 foot yet. So to have this 250-pound woman between my legs, and she was like leaning on my legs, my shit was going numb while she was leaning on me, just going to work. Her husband was just sitting over there in the corner, and I'm trying not to look at this dude. I'm like, bro, he just looking. And then he'll like get up and like come over here and watch, like not right on me, but like, you know, right there. Like I'm right here, and he like right there just watching his wife, and he over here, and I'm like, yo, so, you know, and yeah, yeah. So uh, I did it multiple times. I was a young horny man. I was just doing what I do. So, you know, so when you hear freaky shit like this, you be like, man, how much that man? Shit, they'll give me money all the time. It was just, it wasn't no set amount. I didn't even ask for money. They was just giving it to me. She'll call me, see how check on me. We had our own phone line in our room too. So my sister be like, "You got a grown woman calling you?" I said, "No." Why you think I got a grown woman calling me? She sound old. So, you know, that's how, you know. Hmm. Yeah. She went hard on you, boy. Now, um, okay, on that same chat line, on that same, mind you, I'm 16. I think I was 15 or 16 on this other one. The lady was 33. She was 33, and she lived in my neighborhood, so she was walking distance, right? And I'm gonna tell you, I was way inexperienced. The only person I had intercourse with was my, well, I've had a few experiences, but they weren't good. I never had ever reached a climax. So I didn't know what that was. I didn't know what it felt like until then. So I was like 15 or 16, and like you call that hotline, you get 60 minutes. So like every 30 days, there's 60 minutes reset, so you can get another 60 minutes. And my friend, he used to like call and like do something, complain or something, and they'll give him like 5,000 minutes. So he just be on it all the time. He was always on a date. He was always on a date with a grown woman. So we met some good ones on there too. All grown women, like in their 40s, 30s, and 40s. Yeah, mind you, we like 16. That's our 16. When I was 16, it was a hell of a year. I didn't have my license, but I was driving over to some of these women's houses. I didn't even know my way around the city. I used to go to the phone book and map out how I'm gonna get there. Um, so that girl, she lived in my neighborhood. So again, I had never got head from a girl ever. So um, that was the first time, and I tell you what, man, I could not control myself. And then she asked me to put it in a. I was like, so I did, and you know, it was what it was. Yeah, yeah. That's why I be knowing it's a lot of all y'all women going to jail. Like we say, it was a bunch of guys picking up young girls when we was younger. It was women doing it too. Yeah. T6 call in, tell us the story. Uh, who want to call in and tell us y'all story? Cause I know y'all got some. Like, man, I know I ain't the only one. The party line. You know, I only recall one party line ever where like for whatever reason everybody's phone in a room on this street was like everybody's phone. This one jack in everybody's home connected to everybody on the neighborhood's phone. So it was like a free line. I don't know what it. I'm guessing it was some old time shit. Well, you could pick up that phone at any given time and hear people having long conversation. And then this is back in the day when if you unplug the phone and you hold mute on the phone, you know the deal. It's one of them old ass phone. And you hold mute and you plug it in, nobody will know that you just clicked it or you just picked up the phone. So you can sit there and listen to people conversation. Or remember, if you had a cordless phone, and I used to have this real freaky neighbor. We used to always listen to her calls. So we used to just take our cordless phone and you turn it on, and we'll walk down the street because we know she gonna be on the phone talking freaky, and we just be listening to her, have that mug up loud, just listening because they can't hear you, but you can hear them. Cause for whatever reason, the cordless phone will pick up her phone, and we could just hear her talk about it, and you could see the dudes coming in and out. We knew she was a hoe back then. We knew she was a hoe. But we used to always tap into her phone. Be like, man, let's go. They're like, go get your phone. Let's listen to we called her what the fuck we called her Blackie. Cause she was black than a motherfucker with blonde hair. Blackie was a hoe. And she had this little pit bull that we used to hate. That motherfucker used to always try to barking and try to run out. You know, Blackie was a hoe. She had this red Cadillac, a red little two-door Cadillac. Yeah, she was styling, but she was a hoe. Oh yeah, see, That's why I was saying the numbers you call to talk to people, and like you could leave, you like, hey, this PJ. I'm looking for uh, a nice woman to have a good time with. Maybe start a conversation, man. Hit me up, and then you just listen to. You like press one to go to the next one, or press two, whatever, and then you can press five and like leave them a message. Hey, what's up? I think your voice is sexy. I want to meet you, right? And yeah, yeah, that was the good old days, man. That was the good old days, man. You meet up with all the chicks in the city. I'm telling you, man. I remember, I remember having a woman from when I was 16 till about 22, cause like so as I was like getting older, um, then when I was able to go to the clubs, I see her in Club Lexus. Then, I run back into her. Then, I'll go away and want to see her, lose. Run back into her because, city's big, but it's small. Um, but yeah, and she was in her 40s. I was, by the time I stopped messing with her, I'm pretty sure she was close to 50. But I would see her at the Grenadier, the older club, because you had to be 25 as a man to get in there, but we knew people up in there, so we get up in there. Oh yeah, I remember the radio station. I remember that radio station that used to come on. It was It was actually some dudes from Florida who but I don't know where they live, but yeah, I remember. And you could call in and request songs and shit like that. I remember that. The little pirate radio station. Yeah. Coworker talked dirty to her boyfriend because she knew calls were screened. See, that's some kinky shit that she know that they listening, and I bet you it was her supervisor listening, like always listening. Oh, when she calling her, let me listen to her calls. Yep, horses. I never been to horses though. I was too young to go to horses. Yep, they did. They got caught. Yeah, but that shit was lit though, and like only certain radios could pick it up. So like it was good though. You know, it was popping for a minute. Um, man, well, everyday people, man, this is wonderful, and I hope y'all learned something today. All y'all nasty, okay? All y'all nasty. But like I said, man, we y'all message her on TikTok and be like, get on Everyday PJ's show, cause we need to have a conversation with her, okay? So we can keep this thing going. I ain't gonna be doing too many after darks, but hey, I'm open to whatever. Like if y'all want to talk about this, I don't mind. Like I'm comfortable in my sexuality, so you know, however y'all want to speak, y'all can speak y'all mind. So you know, I think that like you just it's just interesting. It's I think it's interesting, especially with people like this who she know, but then she don't wanna like leave. I think it's more interesting that she don't want to leave. Like we've seen enough people like, oh, I can't do it. He broke my heart. He did this. But how many do we see that are willing to stay? You know what I'm saying? So I think this would be interesting. I hope people do start calling in with this. I really hope, cause like man, if just don't say your name when you call in. Just ain't nobody gonna know it's you. If you got a story, you don't have to say your name. Just say, um, you know, I want to remain anonymous, okay, and tell your story. I mean, somebody just jump on, call in, and tell us a story. You don't have to say your name. Just say, I want to be anonymous, and I'll let you on, and you can tell your story. You don't have to be, you know what I mean? You don't have to tell everybody who you are. We ain't gonna know. We all grown. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, we used to prank call people when we was kids, but we was little. You know what I'm saying? Mm. I think y'all should. I think somebody should call in and tell us their story. Any kind of story, whatever freaky story you want to tell us. Tell us your good ones. Like, like I said, you don't have to. You can remain anonymous. Just tell your story. Okay, here we go.
Call from. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press.
What to do, everyday people? This is PJ. Who am I speaking with?
Kiana.
All right, Kiana. What's up? How you doing this evening?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good. So you've been listening to our conversation.
I have.
You got a story to
I've been
tell us?
participating too. I do. I got a good story. It's funny though. I'm
Oh,
kind of like goofy, so it's a little funny, but it's a good story.
all right. Let's get into it.
Okay, so I'm from California, and back in the days, they had this party line called the Biosphere. And so you get on the party line, and you pretty much, listen to the bios or whatever of whoever you like. So I wasn't actively out at that time. I was still like bisexual. I was dating men and women, but I didn't want nobody to know I like girls. So I had met this lady on there, and so she was cool. I met her. I was telling her I wanted to hook up with a woman. I had never really been with a woman, but I wanted to be with a woman. So I met her. We went to her house and everything, and she was older. I was younger, really young at that time, and she was like 6 years older than me, 6 or 7 years older than me, but she was really pretty. And so, we hooked up. She like blew my little mind. Okay, I'm just like, whoa, what is all this about? But anyways, we laying in her bed. She made me breakfast the next morning, and I'm rolling up. I'm rolling up a blunt because we both smoke. She was from Oakland. I'm from Sacramento. She had a knock at her door, and it's my homeboys. This is gonna sound mean, so y'all don't be mad at me, but so she let them in, and I didn't know she knew them. And they like, what you doing over here? And I'm like, oh no, I'm just chilling. We just about to smoke, whatever. Why this girl gonna say this is my woman? Why I punched this lady in the stomach? I felt so bad. I wasn't trying to be out, like, you know what I mean? And I was like, why the fuck did I punch this lady in the stomach like that? So, I'm high. I'm like, don't ever tell nobody that I mess with you. Like, girl, do you know? Like, a lot of people know me out there. So I didn't want people to know. So I'm like, at that time, I have to get home because she didn't have a car. And that was back in the days where we were just catching the bus. I'm young. So I get back on the party line, and I'm trying to get home. She live in Rancho Cordova. I live in Meadowview, which is super far from each other. So I meet this guy on the party line, and he like, yeah, I'll take you home, blah, blah, blah. PJ, I told the dude what I had on, right? And I was like, yeah, what you got on? And he's like, he told me he looked like, he lied. I'm just saying, he lied like a motherfucker. Oh, I don't know if I can cuss.
Yeah, people do that all the time on a party line. They be lying about
Yeah,
that.
he hella lied. So when he pulled up on me, I had already told him what I had on. So I tried to turn around and walk the other way. But he knew it was me from my clothes, and I was just like, fuck. He was like, man, he's like, where you coming to? And I was like, you told me you was like, this tall, dark-skinned, dimples, long hair. This man, I can't even explain how he looked. I'm just going to say it was really bad. But his braids didn't even stop, like, I don't know. They wasn't even to the nape of his neck, okay? They was so short. I was just looking at him like, oh, my God. So he like, I just got to make a stop at my house real quick, and then I'm going to drop you off. I'm like, why you got to stop at your house, He like, I just got to get something from my house. But he really was just trying to show me off to his friends and stuff. So we get to his house, and it's his baby mama house, and she pulls up. I'm in the house, smoking my blunt. I'm chilling. And I hear somebody say, no, you ain't got no motherfucking beer in my house, blah, blah, blah. He like, go around the back. I'm like, no, I'm going around the front. You brought me here. You're going to take me home. You're going to take me where you got me from? Or, you know what I mean? So I'm coming out the front, and the girl is just screaming like, oh, she going off. I get it. It's her house. It's disrespectful for her. But at the same time, I'm looking at him like, you want me to trip over this motherfucker? Like, you know what I mean? I know you fucking lying, lady. That's all I kept thinking, like. So I'm trying to walk past her, and she grabbed me, and I just, like, snapped. So, I power tapped her real quick. And then I still made them take me home. But that's my story. It's not, like, super juicy. I went home. But I will say from that day forward, I never messed with a man again. I was a lesbian. She kind of, like, turned me all the way out. So, yeah.
So did you ever hook back up with her?
You want to know what's funny? So I have a Facebook, let me see, a TikTok, because I'm a cook, I'm a chef, I'm a case manager, I do a lot. And I saw her on Facebook, and I was like, oh, that's the lady. So I inboxed her, like, you remember me? And she was like, yes, I remember you. Like, oh, my God. And I was like, we hooked up a few more times after that, but her baby daddy came out from Oakland and beat her up real bad. And I was just like, I wasn't into that. So, it was scary. He beat her up really, really, really bad. Like, I can't even imagine how she must have felt, but like I tried to help her, but they had a Rottweiler. A long another story. But she actually act like she not gay now. Like she don't date women, so she's the one who's like particularly acting like she's straight, but she's not straight. She wasn't straight then, and I'm sure she's not straight now because she kind of looked manly. You know what I mean? Like she give a little bit. She got femininity in her, but it's still like she got like some type of strong features going on. She pretty though, you know. But nah, we never hooked up after them last few times. But yeah, I still see her and talk to her though on social media, and we cool. I would like to hook up with her again.
Okay.
But I mean, only
did you
to
get on that party line anytime after that and hook up with anybody else, or was that just like the?
no, I got on the party line. I mean, back in those days, everybody used to be on the party line. I mean, I was fast then. I was at like 17, 18. You know, we was fast. We had our little hookups, and that was back when Mac Dre was just like, I don't know if you know who Mac Dre is.
Yeah, I know.
That was in the Fizz era.
Go
Like everybody was
stupid.
on, and we was just go stupid, Fizz
Yeah.
dance. We was doing our little thing, and we were just trying to meet up with people, smoke, pop, and do our thing. So yes, I did hook up with somebody on there, and we ended up being together for like 8 years. So yeah,
Mm,
and it was good. It was good. It was a guy, but I was able to keep my girl too. So
okay.
it was cool.
That's yeah. That's what I was saying. Like them chat lines was popping. I was on them all the time. Like between 16 and 19, I was on. Cause like every 30
Yeah.
days they'll give you more free minutes. You know.
Didn't you hate when you finally found somebody you liked, and then because I don't know if I remember, but they after a while it'll be like, this caller's no longer available. You'd be like, oh,
Hmm. Yeah, cause
I was
and you got like
vibing with you.
you'll be scrolling through messages, like you'll be pushing a button to the next message, waiting on them to respond back, because it'll be like, you have a new
Yes.
message.
I used to hate them little Bada, what's up? This is La Fat Girl. I'd be like, you have now blocked this caller. But yeah, you go through them and you finally find somebody you vibing with, and then it'd be like, this caller is no longer available. You're like, oh my God, like we was vibing. I've definitely met some really cool people off of there, like friend wise, but like we just vibed and we still friends to this day. Like, and I'm super super grown. Like I'm grown, like in my late 40s now.
That's what I was saying.
But
I would see people like for a while there. I would always see people that I hooked up with.
how do you feel
Uh,
about that? Like, did you have anybody you saw that you probably wish you didn't see or did see?
Not well. I mean, yeah, cause a lot of them was big chicks. So, when I wasn't embarrassed by it, but they just like friends and kind of like friends. They just, hey PJ, how you doing? I'm like, hey, what up, what up, what up? Give them a hug, move on. They
But
be
did
like,
you like y'all slept together or anything? Like,
hell yeah. When I was younger, I was knocking all the asses down. I wouldn't.
I had a big woman before. She was so cuddly and soft. Oh my God. It was
hmm
cool in private. And then like I didn't want people to pick on her, but she was beautiful. A lot of misconceptions on big women is that their hygiene is bad or, no. This lady was everything, like smells good, soft, skin pretty, but it was just that I was really young. You know what I mean? Like I was dating grown women and I was like 17, 18, and women was 25, 26, 27. I dated grown women, so I didn't want them to get in trouble, and I was the aggressor back then. Well, I think I'm still the aggressor, but I'm feminine. You know what I mean? I'm not
Yeah,
like a stud or anything like that.
that's what I was
But
saying. Like it was all older women. I didn't meet women my age, so even if they were like pretty, they were still
hmm
like in their mid 40s, and I was like 16, 17, 18.
pulling
Messing,
some straight R. Kellys, but in a
mm,
different form.
you know, it was fun
I
though.
had a lady like that, and I mean, well, I don't know if she really we had sex or not. I don't remember because I was so drunk, but When I woke up, I was so mad because I feel like you don't take advantage of somebody, you know what I mean, when they're in that state. I woke up throwing up and stuff, but I definitely woke up with no clothes on. So I'm like, what the hell? And then I rolled over and she was staring at me in my face. And I'm thinking, like, how did this happen? You know what I mean? Like, did you? I was pissed. She didn't have no bottom teeth. She was very
Mm,
funny looking. So I'm like, how did this happen? Like, and she was like, I'm gonna keep you. When they real old, they talk that little, I don't know what kind of Harriet Tubman, Jane Pittman talk. But I was hot, TJ. I was so mad. Like, yeah, I had that happen to me before, and I told myself I'm never gonna get that wasted to where I pass out because it ain't just men that take advantage. It's women out here taking advantage as well, and she definitely did that. But yeah, that was
yeah.
my story. It was really good talking to you. I know a lot of people probably trying to call in.
Yeah. Well, thank you for giving us that, back down memory lane.
Period. Back when wait, let me just say this. Back when Jukebox Network was popping. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, yeah, the TV channel where you
Yes, and I used to play. Yes, you call in,
yeah,
you order videos,
I see
and I used to
Thuggish
play Slow
Ruggish
Love,
Bone. I used to see Thuggish Ruggish Bone like
Duck
over and
Box,
over.
and Be Fresh,
Yeah.
Slow Love. I thought I was grown then. I was so young, really making love
Phone
on
bill
pills.
high as fuck.
And then when that shit wore off, I was like, I used to be like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, hell no, I have to get high again, like just to be there. You be like, okay, Mac Dre, you put me in this position. You told me that it was gonna be cool, it was gonna be fun, and it was. It was lit. The lights was making my eyes move around a little bit. You know what I mean? Have my little gum, but it was
Yeah.
very good. But then when the
Grinding your
high came
teeth like
down,
a motherfucker.
motherfuckers be three sizes smaller after you finish it,
Yeah.
boy. By the time you wake up, like a little saw. Yes, smoking hella much.
Back to back. Not even getting
Back to
high,
back.
not even getting no nicotine, just smoking like a mother.
Man, I used to go to the arcades. We used to go to the bowling alley on after we pop our pill because of the lights in the room. He used to trip us out. I said, let's go outside one day. And we got out to the bowling alley and we got in there. We was gonna play the little dancing game, and it was just a going. I was just sitting there, and they was like, Kiana, you ain't gonna dance. That shit said game over. I was like, yeah, it's time to go because I feel like my high is too strong. It started getting stronger. Remember, it was like one stack, then it was like double stack, then it was like triple stack. It was just too much. I was like, this is getting too. These pills are getting too strong. Like, I'm gotta go
Yeah,
home.
yeah. When they came with the triple stack, I don't even. I stopped messing with them a long time ago, but that's because their fin started hitting.
Yeah,
I stopped doing everything, but
me too.
back
That
then,
was it for me.
man, I used to get like 100 for $2 a piece, and just man had
What?
a whole city rolling.
I wish I had your connect back then, because in Cali they was $20 a piece back in my days.
Yeah, we was man, my friend was the plug, so it was like it was nothing. But
The
yeah, it
which
was
was your favorite ones?
the Blue Dolphins hit every time.
Period. The blue motherfucking dolphins or the yellow gators. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
it
Them
was
two
a
was the best ones.
yeah, it was another yellow one that we used to. I forgot what it was called, but yeah, yeah, man, you just had to get those, and but it was double stacks, like was like the shit for a long time. But when they started getting triple, and I was like, y'all doing too much. We having to
Yeah, I
break
remember.
them in
Ooh,
half and stuff like that, cause
yes, it was too strong. You couldn't even enjoy it no more. It's
naked
like,
ladies, yeah.
oh, I remember the neck and the red roosters. Oh my god, and the Benzes. They started coming out with too much, and you couldn't even enjoy your high because it was like people was trying to get higher and higher and higher, and I'm like, yeah, no, like
White
yeah,
doves, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
the white Buddhas.
Superman, yeah.
Oh
The
man, triple
Superman used
stack
to
Buddhas.
pop.
Them
Yeah,
Supermans definitely used to pop, but
yeah.
the nothing was better than the blue dolphins or the yellow gators. I gotta say.
I remember I took a test on one. Like I was on one. I never go to school on Fridays, but I had to take all my tests. Man, I was in there. geeked up. Just I aced that motherfucker too. I was
I
geeked.
know you probably finished hella fast,
Hell
huh?
yeah, I did. They was like, damn. And I won $100 at night because I was there at the school because they do a drawing every Friday. I hardly ever show up. And that time I show up and they want, man, I went out there. The whole damn school was out there. I'm just like hella geeked up, hella excited. I'm like, boy, I need to calm down. Somebody they probably know I'm in here throw.
Everybody used to come to my house because I was young. I was the first person in my crew to have my own place. I was always a go getter, so I always had my own money and I always had my own place. I would get everybody prepared for it. Like, you smoke Newports? You okay? I'm gonna get you some Newports. You smoke blacks? Okay, I'm gonna get you some blacks. What you drinking on? I remember one night I must have spent, and I would have never done this if I was not. I must have spent like $400 on Hennessy, Newports, weed, just a hell of stuff. And then when I came out of it, I was like, where the fuck is my money at? You know what I mean?
Gone.
Everybody's like, oh, you bought us this. You were so nice. I was like, what? It's like, you was being super nice. You took us to the store and told us to get what we wanted. And I was so mad. I was like, okay, I'm going to have to get high again because I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to fight. I'm going to have to get, I got on it wasn't a blue dolphin or a yellow gator. It was something else. It was one of the good ones too. I can't remember. I think it was the Benz. It was one of them had a symbol. I don't know if it was the Cadillac symbol or Benz. I think it was that. But I was trying to have sex off of it, right? I kept going in the bathroom showering. If you know, once you get in that shower and that water hits your body, it's like
It feel like fingers touching your body.
Man.
Like, you just want to sit there and be like, oh, yeah.
Oh, you be in there for hours, and I come out the shower. How do I look? I put on the lingerie. My dude like, it's nice. I be right back. He said I did it like 6 or 7 times. He's like, look, don't go change no more. He's like, don't go in that bathroom and come out no more with nothing else. He's like, it's good. You ain't gonna have it on anyway. I was like, I want to be sexy. Doing my makeup, doing my hair, just doing everything at 3, 4 in the morning. Music slapping, everybody in there, all through the house playing Link, Sex Down and shit. You know, we all in there turned up. So it was back in the days. But nowadays, you can't do none of that because they got shit that'll take your life. So, yeah.
Yeah, these kids will never understand what it was like to just have fun and be rolling.
Man,
And
just have
with
fun.
everybody turn the music up. Like I remember I was rolling and Ludacris came out with that song that ooh ooh sticky icky icky and it sounded like fucking
Oh, that was tight, yeah. I know what you're talking
it was
about.
just like all through my head. I was like, turn this shit off. 'Cause it was just like it was fucking with my head. I was like, damn. Yeah, that was
I remember that song. I didn't expect for you to say that.
man, that song.
Wait a minute. We was watching Bone on the pill. You know that movie, Snoop Dogg movie, Bone?
Yeah.
And my cousin, she's super pretty too. I never forget. And it was at the end, and he was saying like, "Motherfucking dog, my name's Snoop," and she just kept saying it, "Motherfucking dog." I was like, "Girl, the shit is off now." Like how? And she was like, "Girl, that shit was tight." "Motherfucking dog!" She started screaming. I'm like, it's time for you to go home. I'm trying to do something. You over here screaming Snoop Dogg songs. But the best songs to listen to, it was back when they had LimeWire. And you can make a 5-hour, 6-hour CD with just all the slappers. Cut your air on, cut your AC on, because you know you're going to be sweating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No matter if you big, little, small, you're going to sweat. So you got to have the room nice and cool. I had the little stars on the ceiling. You remember those little glow-in-the-dark stars?
Mm-hmm.
My whole house had them. I had them in the living room. It was a whole vibe. I had them on my bed. I had a canopy bed. And I remember me and my friend, my homegirl, Ayana, that's my dog to this day, we had a competition. She had her little dude. I had my little dude. And she came out the room after, I guess she put hers to sleep first, right? She come out the room. We in the room having sex. This girl come lay on the bed. She lays on the bed next to us and took her foot and put it on his booty and started moving him like, you got to go a little bit. a little bit faster. I'm like, he didn't even tell her to stop or nothing. I was like, oh my God, Ayana, get your foot off his butt. She like, he ain't doing it right. On my mama, he ain't doing it right. So I'm like, oh my God, like she was really on. She was like, homeboy in there knocked out and shit. I don't know how you sleeping off the pill. I was like, this
Yeah, ain't no
drug
sleeping
days was
on
the
it.
shit. Yeah,
Man,
it was the shit.
I watched Soul playing off a pill. Like, I had a TV in my Cutlass back in the day. I had an old PlayStation
Ooh,
machine.
Cutlass.
Hmm.
Yes.
And I would sit and watch Soul playing. We'd be smoking. We'd roll up like Dutch Masters, and
Oh, I
you
remember
know
the
them
Dutch Master.
big ass blunts that just sit there and watch Soul playing. And that was the funniest shit. Because I just know I was just so high. That movie's stupid as fuck, but it was so funny.
It do it,
Cause
it is funny though. It is stupid, but it is funny though.
when we was high,
To
that
this
shit was
day.
the funniest shit ever. So now I be laughing at it because I know how stupid it is. But I know what I was doing. I was toasty off a
You
pill and some weed. And you just laughing like a motherfucker out there.
So I have a friend named Eleanor. She from Long Beach, and she always used to talk about how she knew Snoop Dogg and stuff. And I'm like, where I grew up at, it's all bloods, it's all down moves. Like it's everybody out there, red. And I'm like, okay, we get it. You from Long Beach, you know Snoop. You don't believe me? One day I'm gonna drive you to Long Beach. You gonna meet him. I was like, one day I popped a pill, and I was like, take me to Long Beach. Do you know she drove me there? It's a woo. All I can say is this: I got a lot of tattoos. I got like a lot of red tattoos on me because I back in them days I was in the gangs and stuff and all that. She
Hmm.
pulled up at this donut shop with me in a car. When I tell you, a level of fear opened up that I never. And I'm on the pill too. They was like, "Hey, cuz, you dumb move." They came to the car because they were seeing all like the tattoos. I'm like, no such a thing. I got like color purple. No such a thing. No. Look, I'm like, hey, take me up out of here. She was like, no, we finna go see Snoop. Me, her, and her friend, we went to go see Snoop. She really didn't know him, but when we got there, she wasn't invited. She didn't tell us she wasn't invited. She just pulled up on them, and they was having like a barbecue and stuff. When he saw her, I guess they know her. She's from their hood. I don't know them. And they like, what you doing here? You ain't supposed to be up here. She's like, come on, Snoop, I want my people to meet you. And we met him and stuff. He gave us tickets to his concert, but her friend stayed. She didn't want to leave. She wanted to stay. Why the lady was too old? She was messing with Warren G, and they was on something. The lady had a fucking heart attack.
Damn.
Whatever he gave her was too strong. She had a heart attack. I'm like, go get your friend. We got to go back and get your. She was like, she wanted to stay. She can find her way home. I'm like, you cold as ice. Like
Damn.
Sacramento is 7 hours from LA.
So
Seven, 8 hours from LA.
You from Oak Park,
No, I'm from Meadowview.
Meadowview? Oh, okay. I got some
But I
partners
mean,
from
I
Oak
lived in
Park.
Oak Park. When I was telling you all those stories about the stars and stuff, I lived in Oak Park at that time. I lived on 7th Avenue. So yeah,
I
I
got a
lived out
homeboy
there.
named James. You probably know. I forgot his last name. James. Oh man, I can't think of his last name.
Barron? Is it
Um,
Barron?
he got some real good hair.
No,
He on
that's not that James.
he on my Facebook.
He from Oak Park?
Hmm.
I know a lot of people from Oak
He
Park.
he moved to Oklahoma, and that's how I met him. And they was bloods, and I was the only Crip that hung with him. And
Okay.
it used to be like, cause we lived in a suburb, lived in the suburbs. Like so, we moved the suburbs of Oklahoma City. So it wasn't too many black people out there. So you just had to get in where you fit in. And
Man, you know what? Them gangs.
he
Oklahoma?
man,
Is it like serious gang banging out there, or is it just like slower than where
no,
what you usually?
it's serious gang banging, but like when I was in the suburbs, it ain't serious. I was about money anyway. I didn't really like get bang on people because they colors. Cause like we was hustling on the east side. There's all different sets over there, so you know there wasn't no point to be beefing with nobody unless you was like really
Right.
And but it's real people that really like take it serious. But I mean, they was broke. If you want to make money, you had to, you
Right. You
know,
have to keep it peaceful.
because
I got
it
family
ain't
from
big
both sides,
like
so
it ain't big
yeah.
like California where you could just stay on your block and do what you got to do. In
Right.
Oklahoma, you got to move around. If you just like, cause like I said, like your pills could be your plug could be a blood or a crib. You could
Right,
be anybody.
right.
So really it's about money. Like ain't nobody. It wasn't too many people that was beefing to where it was like deadly. But there was like
Yes.
certain times there was beefs like that.
I will say this. I got family in Sacramento that's from 29th Street, which is Crips. And I got family from Creek, and that's another hood. That's Black Rabs. I got family from Meadowview, which is Bloods, and I got family from Oak Park. But when I tell you, when I went to Long Beach, that's a different type of banging. And when that's, I'm from Northern California and Southern California. Long
Hmm.
Beach really showed me that we bang in fact, but this is they bang bang out here. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
This is real serious banging. Like they was outside. One dude had a bullet still lodged in his freaking head out there at the shop selling his little stuff. And I'm like, and all of them was Crips. Like they was all out there and they was all Crip. I'm like, girl, if you don't get me up out of here, my heart was just going like I ain't never been in nothing like that before. I was like, yeah, I'm never coming out here again. She's like, why? I was like, nah, this ain't for me. Like she's like, but girl, they ain't gonna do nothing to you. You a girl. It don't matter if you're a girl. You
All
see, they
right,
came
but
up to the car like, cuz, where you from? Cuz, as soon as I said Sacramento, they was like, oh, you Damu. Cause I guess Sacramento, that's what they known for. But I'm like,
yeah,
ooh, let me just keep it cute and keep it sweet. Get me up out of here. But yeah, I have
yeah.
some stories.
I go out there. I've been out there twice with my partner, and man, Sacramento people's kind of weird, and that's when when I went out there, it's a rapper named name he's a fat
A
dude, but
guy,
yeah, his name was
you said he fat.
what's San Quinn. San
Oh
Quinn
yeah,
had
Stan Quinn
just
from the Bay.
yeah he was living in Sacramento and like he had just got into it with some people from the Bay, so he moved out to Sacramento and we ran into him out there and
Okay.
that's what I remember about being out there. I was like, you just randomly meet because we listened to him and that's when what's his name Messy Marv was popping.
Oh, I freaking love him. You have to. If you never, I mean, I know that people say he's something like he not right now, but I don't care what he is now. His music will forever slap to me. I swear, Messy Marv is the one. Him, Stan Quinn too. You know what I
I'm
mean?
from the
But
Bay. That's how we speak. I used to
man,
bump that shit.
Messy Marv is just the shit. Like, and I saw him when he after not in his good era, like once he was all like doped out, and he was
Hmm.
so high. It was so sad to see him like that. Like, because I guess he had got signed to Mozzie. Mozzie's from Oak Park.
Hmm.
And I guess Mozzie had signed him, so he was out there in Sacramento, and he was like, I'm a nigga bat, you feel me? But he was talking, and it was just his pupils was so yellow, like he looked really bad, and I just felt so bad from him. I'm like, I knew then it was time for me to leave California. I was like, I gotta leave here, otherwise I'm not gonna have the quality of life that I deserve because I was better than what my environment, put it like that.
Yeah,
And I
Cali was
left. I left.
fast. It was little niggas running around selling us weed like 12 years old, like pulling up to
I'm
us,
telling
but
you.
they had the bags for the low. I'm talking about like, like let me get like three of them mugs. It's like it was like cheap like Oklahoma, but the weed was good.
Yes, it is. I don't smoke or nothing no more. I'm in Georgia now, but that's one of the things I miss about California. The weed was fire, and then they food is really good. People think, because I live in Georgia. You in Georgia? You down south? They ain't really got like super duper good food. There's some places out here that got some cool little spots, but don't sleep on Cali. They got some good food in California, like
I just
real
like that.
flavorful food.
I always eat me a California burrito. You can eat that mug for like 3 days. And it'll be like
Hell
six
yeah.
bucks.
Right. or the corniest side of French fries.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Some good Mexican food too.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Out here, it's like Georgia got some. It's a lot of chicken, lemon pepper. The lemon pepper wings is like a number one in Georgia, and the peach like tea or sweet tea or something like that. But every restaurant you're gonna go to, they're gonna even serve you some crack wings with all that powder stuff on it, or some lemon pepper wings. But it's not real flavorful. It's just like hella seasoning. Just because you put a lot of seasoning on it doesn't make it flavorful. You know what I mean?
I went to Atlanta, and I'm gonna be honest. I gave all their food. Only thing I liked was the slutty vegan, or I think that's what it's
Slutty
called.
vegan is good.
That
Slutty vegan is good.
the rest of it was every place they had us go to. I didn't like, and I swear I ate like
Really?
I think I ate like Checkers like every day, cause
Oh,
the
well,
wing.
next time you come out here, go to, it's a place called, I believe it's called Grits and Greens. No, Grits and Eggs. Go to Grits and Eggs. It's really good. It's in,
Yeah.
where is it at? It's by Cumberland Mall. So it's a place
Okay,
called Grits
yeah.
and Eggs.
Cause I always stay in Smyrna, and that's like right. That's like a couple miles from Cumberland Mall. Like you could just get on the highway, go like one exit, and then you get off, and then you can go to Cumberland Mall right over there.
And it's right by it. And I can go there over and over and over again and eat. And the food is fire. So I would say that place. Um, I like Toast and Lennox is good. It's not super duper good, like fancy, but it's really good. And the atmosphere is nice. And it's in Buckhead. And then the Louisiana Bistro. If you want some like Creole food, it's good. I mean,
Okay.
everybody go to Papa Do's, but if you want something other than Papa Do's and you want something Creole, then you go to Louisiana Bistro.
I'm
But they
sick
got
of Papa
those
Do's
good
because we
restaurants.
I get that down there every time I go to Dallas. So I just be like, I'm sick of Papa Do's because we got one. I think we got one here in the city now. So I'm really about to be
I want to
sick
go
of
to
it.
Dallas. I mean, I want to move to Texas. I heard Texas is everything. Everybody always tells me like, you should move to Texas. You've been in Atlanta forever. You've been in Georgia forever. Ever try Texas? But the only thing stopping me from Texas is the weather, like the hurricanes, the floods. I have a
Yeah,
child. I don't want my baby getting, you know what I mean?
I was about to move to Houston before the pandemic, but Dallas is where it's at. As soon as y'all make my YouTube pop off, I can you know what I'm saying, move, and I can quit my job and I can move without a
You mean to
problem.
tell me your YouTube, I watch your YouTube every single night, every day, and my son, I got a 3-year old. Yes, I had a baby late in life,
Me
but
too.
my wife, I wanted to be a mother. She had already had a child, so we did IVF, and I had a little son. And every
Congratulations.
time your theme music come on, it's an everyday thing. He run in the room. He run in the room and he look and he be just looking around. I be like, oh, you know what I'm finna watch, little boy? He be in there watching it with me, laying on the bed, playing with my ear, like dancing. So I
Getting
gotta
all the
let you
tea
know, my baby love that. He love that little theme song. Yes, he do. And the end when the baby come on,
when the baby
he be
come
sitting
on.
there. "Eh,
Yeah.
the baby cry, ma. The baby cries. I said, the baby's not crying, baby. The baby cry. I'd be like, no, the baby's not crying. But he'll sit there and he be bouncing his little head. So yes, y'all, if y'all can all hear me on the chat, let's get PJ popping up in here. You feel me?
Yeah.
Let's go up to. I'm sure we all got plenty of followers. I'm not real big on social media. Well, I am on Facebook. I got a lot of followers on Facebook, and um, I'm just getting into TikTok. So, but everybody, we'll start a little train and just put, let's get PJ popping. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Add y'all stuff to it, and let's just get it popping for him. Like, let's help him succeed so he can quit.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm tired of working my 9 to 5. I gotta get off work and then, hurry up and make content before I go to sleep. I know y'all be seeing me on here like tired in the mug.
Everyone tells me that it's not easy as it looks. Cause I be asking, like, I know people that like have little channels, but they're not like. I have a cousin named Seti Nash. I don't know if you ever heard of him,
Yeah,
but he has a
yeah,
YouTube.
yeah. I watch
Yeah,
them.
and he tells me all the time. He be like, cousin. He tell me how lucrative it is. Cause I work hard too. Like, I'm a chef and I'm a case manager for a hospital. So I work. Like, I don't even have time to really enjoy life. I'm just working, working, working. So he's like, you need to get into content. I'm like, who gonna want to watch me? He's like, girl, what you mean? You funny. You a vibe. He was like, just pick something. He said, have a cooking show. You know, I started up my YouTube one time, but that's when I was doing my IVF process because people were saying they was curious to find out a woman of my age, how it would go with having a baby or doing. So I started up the channel with the IVF process, which that's who you see on your page. That's Kiana Lachey. That's my channel. But I stopped because once I had him, it was like it was just my life changed. It was just all about my baby. I didn't want to do nothing else but just love on him. You know what I mean? I was like, oh my God. So
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's
Maybe
work.
I'll start it back up. Yeah.
But yeah, you just gotta, you find your own groove and then get into it. Like I'm telling you, I started this from my iPhone, and every one of my old videos is from my iPhone. So people be like, man, what was you recording with? I ain't had no special setup. I used to record myself and watch the video on another phone, and then I have to stitch the other video into the video and time it right so you can hear both of them at the same time. Like, yeah, it was
Dang.
real.
I had a when I started trying to do mine, I had to have somebody. I found somebody on YouTube to make my intro. So they kind of showed me how to do it with my iPhone and like different apps to like cut it and make it
Hmm.
look like something. But I never really understood the hang of it. I think that's probably why I gave up because I didn't really understand the hang of like adding things to it and taking things away that I didn't want in it. But it is work. But it's very lucrative because I'm seeing some of them checks and oh my God, I'm like,
Yeah.
dang, you can make. They got some like a trend on YouTube right now. I don't know if you've been seeing it, but people are posting them living in the projects,
Yeah.
their life in the projects. It's like a trend going, and them them little project trends are getting thousands and thousands of views. I mean,
Hmm.
it's one guy that's a YouTube content creator. I just follow him because I really like he lived in the projects, but he was the only one that I saw, PJ, out of all those people who had a nice, clean project apartment. I keep telling people it's not where you live, it's how you live. You can live in the projects all day long. You don't have to live like you from the projects. Keep your house clean. Keep your house, that man, I forgot his. I think it's Mitzi or something like that. Maybe one of your people on here can tell you his name, but he tells you every day how to do YouTube, how to post your content, how he got monetized in less than this days. So I watch him, but I just don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it with my workload. I would love to not work though. I would love to not work.
Man, there was a person named Love by Erica. I used to talk so much shit about her. It's so funny. I don't know why I talk shit about her, but it was just something to do. But
Right.
man, she had roaches. I tried my best not to talk about her, but she mentioned me because I used to talk about her a long time ago, and then somebody brought her up in her live, and she was like, "Oh fuck him, he this and that." But I stopped talking
She
about
had roaches
people.
in her life.
Yeah, she had roaches on her live, like
Oh
on the
my
wall,
God.
and then instead of like avoiding it, she started talking about how her living with roaches, cooking with roaches. Got
Wow.
the exterminator over here for the roaches. Everything was about the roaches and everything. It
She had a
was.
real life Joe's apartment, huh?
Yeah,
Oh
then it
my
was like
goodness.
looking for, because she lived in the projects, and it was like CPS getting called on me because of my roaches. It was there, and tens of thousands of views because she messy. So
Look at Peach. Peach McIntyre.
hmm she going off
That
because
lady
she
got
getting
nine
evicted.
kids. Yeah. Did you, the other day she posted a video of the check she made just by charging $20 for how to create content on YouTube.
Mm.
It was a little small class. She made 16 bands from that. I'm like, I really don't care a lot for her content, but she is a really good mom. I just hate that she always, I don't know what she do. I know the gambling process. I used to gamble really bad, like especially when I used to pop. So I understand like it's not something you can just stop like that. You got to really hit rock bottom before you can stop. But for her to have 9 kids, baby, and you getting 16 bands off of just one class, you should have
And
money stacked away for
and
your
she's
babies and
had like three of those classes in the past month. Like she had one just recent, like a week ago. She had one at the beginning of the year, and then she had one in like December. Cause when I was looking through the videos, people were like, "Yeah, class last night," and be like December 12th. The next one be January 6th, and then the next. I'm like, damn. So she had all these damn classes, but why is she getting evicted? And she say she getting evicted because
Because she gamble. She got a gambling problem, and she'll go to the casino and she'll show like she'll show like she'll lose a couple hundred. But what she ain't showing y'all is that once them cameras go off and she stop recording, she's staying in there. And then her husband got a gambling problem too. So they both got a really bad gambling problem. But to me, I only have one child. I'm gonna be very honest. I would never put my son in a situation to where we getting evicted or we can't bills. You got to prioritize. I don't care if you make thousands, because she'll tell you I'm not my struggle is not like your struggle. I make all this money, but you don't have nothing to show for it. You don't own a house. You don't have no land. You don't have anything to show for your residuals for your children. Like, put something up for your babies. You know what I mean? So I like her hustle. I love her hustle. I ain't gonna knock that because I think she's a good mom and her hustle is immaculate. But the fact that you getting evicted every other month is horrible as a parent. You got to step it up. But people watch that because they like to see stuff like that. I don't know. I like it. I like to watch her with her kids because she's a good mama. I can't take that from. She love on her babies. She's a good mom, but so
she
I like
just
to
make
watch that.
bad
But
bunch of bad decisions. I rock with her. I mean, I don't watch her content, but doing what I do, I always come across different stories, and I'll be like, all right, it's something I could talk about. But I don't like to bash her because
yeah,
she got issues, but at
she
least
do.
she a good mom. No, she ain't
She is
like.
a good mom. She's a good mom. Like, and people always talk she need to leave her husband, but honestly, she got 9 kids. Come on, y'all. You know what I mean?
Man,
If she did leave her husband, it's gonna be really hard for her to handle them babies, and she just had a set of twins. Yes, he cheating. I'm not saying stay for the sake of the kids, but she need help with them kids right now. I know she could probably afford a nanny. I know she could, but to me, I know if I was in predicament to have 9 kids, I don't know. I don't want to be just raising all 9 kids alone. I have to do something. Go back to my family or something. And because she
yeah,
don't have that, understand like why she's sticking with her husband. I don't. I'm not saying it's right. So if anybody on here watching this talk, I'm not saying it's right, but I'm just saying I can understand. You know what I mean? And as a
if
parent, you want to do what's best for your kids. So I get her. So I'm
if
gonna
Miss
continue to
Juice
support.
say ain't leaving her husband because he's sleeping with his brother, Peach ain't leaving her husband either.
Wait, who's sleeping with who, brother?
Miss Juicy, the lady on the screen, she's sleeping with the brother, and her husband sleeping with his brother too, which is not really his brother; it's his boyfriend.
It's his boyfriend. That's crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't do that. I have a story. I just don't. So you had a story. I think was it yesterday or today that I watched about a lady, a gay lady who her girlfriend. I think she was saying how who she was engaged to,
Mm,
and she was talking about how she got engaged to the lady. Was that on your page? It might have been on yours or another of the. There's another guy I watched too, but I can't remember his name. Well, I can't. I have a story similar, but I would never tell the world that because um, I'm not open to that yet. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
I got
And I
another
can see how that can
story.
be viewed. Yeah, I'm like, dang, I'm married, right? I'm married. I've been with my wife for like, well, we're not together. We're separated now, but we still married. And I've been with her for like 8 years. This month, on the 22nd, would make 9 years. But I just don't see myself. Um, First and foremost, I just don't like to bash people. We might not have, things might not have worked for us, but I just can't see myself bashing her because I married her, and evidently I married her because I love her. I loved her.
Absolutely,
And
absolutely.
I may not be in love with her now, but I loved her at one point, and I would never ever go on social media and bash her. But I do see how people. Why do people do that? It's for content. It's for to get the views up. But isn't there other ways people can do stuff? Like you don't be bashing people. All you do is like tell stories or show stories. Like I just don't get why you have to bash people to get views.
Yeah.
Um,
I think it's kind of like I don't. I don't want to. I don't. I never want to get on her and bash my exes. Like I used to do that shit on Facebook, but I realized it wasn't getting me nowhere, but more and more
Nowhere.
drama through her. But when I realized, like, I mean, I always had a platform, and my judge was like, "Oh, you can't talk about her on Facebook no more." I said, you know, like, how you gonna tell me what I could do on my platform? But then I realized
Right.
it was kind of pointless. So I just don't do it. I don't feel a need to bash my exes because I was with them, and
Yeah.
at the end
Because
of
I
the
feel
day,
like this. At some point, you was with them and you stayed for something. They wasn't always bad. Now I ain't gonna say that I'm in a good place with mine, but what I will say is, um, from what I'm telling you now, how my life was back then to where I am now, I'm in a different direction. Like, you know what I mean? So I want to make sure that the direction I'm going in, I continue to go in because you can lose your blessings. Um, you know what I mean? Trying to throw somebody under the train. Like, you don't want to throw them under the bus. You don't want to do that. So, I tell people all the time. I've seen that guy CJ So Cool. Um, because I used to watch him with, my wife liked CJ So Cool and all them. We used to watch all the time. I'm like, I didn't like him at first because he was super cocky. I was like, he's super cocky. All he talk about is money and what he bought and all this and all that. But I was like, shit, you got to think about it. He didn't have that. He didn't grow up from that. So I had to kind of like stop judging people. I had to think about like, well, shit, this man got millions now. Well, I don't know if he do now, but he did. You know what I mean?
hmm
And you got to think about it. He grew up from the slums. So, of course, when a person that didn't have nothing has something, they going to talk, they going to brag because they proud of where they got. So I had to think about it like, hmm, I mean, I'm from Cali. We not gonna. That's the number one rule you don't want to do. From where I'm from, we not gonna brag about nothing. I can have $1 million in the bank, and you can call me and say, "You got some money? I'm doing bad." You're not gonna tell people how you doing. But when you sit on that type of money, you can do what you want. But I see how he is now, and I see how like his views went all the way down, and it's it's just like, oh my God, like this is serious business. D Love was talking about it the other day, like how her views ain't the same no more, and she got different avenues now
is
besides
that the
YouTube, like
one
her
the
little,
food lady?
yeah.
She
She got like a
shared
Smackalicious box
she
she's
shared
selling
my
now.
sis. She be watching my videos.
Yeah, she's really sweet too.
Yeah, I
She's
like her.
really she's really nice.
I be watching her. Yeah, I see stuff like that, and it makes me. So I got a food truck. It makes me. I put my money elsewhere. I don't. I mean, I
You got a
spend
food
it.
truck?
hmm
Oh my
Yeah,
God. Yeah, I need to know the business, man. I want to do that so bad.
yeah, it's tight. But I used YouTube to pay for it. So now I pretty much have a decent food truck. But I it just watching other people fail made me put money in different places. I got
Yes.
investments and stuff like that. So watching people fail, and I ain't a stupid motherfucker, so I fucked off some money, like a
Mhm.
ton of money, like all my life. So now that I can make it consistent, I can put it in the right places, and I still own property. I still got other investments coming, and that's why I said I gotta actually put the giveaway off. Somebody's asking. I gotta put the giveaway off till next month because got money tied up and stuff that I can't really
Right.
do
And that's
stuff. But
understandable. That's
it's
understandable.
there. I'm just business wise, I can't do it right now. So um,
Right. You got to make smart decisions. You got a
mhm.
family, and your viewers will understand that.
Yeah, we still doing it
People
though.
that rock
People,
with you will rock with you. They
yeah,
just it's gonna be greater later. They just gotta wait. You know what I
right,
mean?
right, right. So it's
Well,
cool
I'm still
though.
gonna support. I'm gonna be here,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna make sure I go on my pages and I say, go watch PJ. Because I
hmm
want to see you. I want to see you skyrocket. Because I watch you literally every day. I work from home, so I be at my desk at work doing my workload and looking, watching my TV and working. Like I can see you and see the people that I like to see. Um, like I said, I gamble sometimes, so I watch a lot of the gambling channels as well.
hmm
I just watch how they be betting $5,000 a hand, and oh my God, I wish I could afford to come over there and gamble a little like that. But oh my God,
You don't want to do
they
it.
make a lot of money. They make
every
a lot of
now and
money
then
though.
they break even, but they can write off. They can write it off too. So
Yeah, that's what NG was saying the other day. He said he be losing millions, so he don't never pay taxes because he lose millions and he don't never, he break even sometimes and sometimes he lose millions. But I be watching the gambling show. Even when P started off gambling, I would watch her gamble. But yeah, support y'all. Let's keep PJ popping up in here. Let's get him. Let's get that support popping for him because you do be coming with that good content and we appreciate you.
well, thank
You
you. I
keep it up.
appreciate you calling in, and
You're very
stay
welcome.
tuned. Stay
I
tuned
will. And
with
tell all
us.
your viewers I said what's happening.
All right, I got you.
All
I'm
right.
gonna
Talk to you
comment on
later.
the video and I'm gonna pin it when I comment after the video is over and I'm gonna pin it.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Bye.
All right, bye. All right, so yeah, that was good. See, we talked about everything, the party line, getting down and dirty, then the pills, and everything. That was a good little conversation. We kind of got off of what we was really originally here for. So yeah, shout out to Kiana. She's a really good woman. Really good woman. Um, yeah, y'all can get a plate. I got turkey. I got the best turkey legs in Oklahoma. But yeah, if anybody else want to call in, if not, yeah, it was good talking to you too, Kiana. You know what I'm saying? We about to turn it in. But like I said, go to her TikTok. Go to this lady TikTok and tell her to reach out to Everyday PJ. And we're going to get her on so we can get her story because I said before her story, her recap is not really capping. The live was not really giving the story. It was just sporadic and not really getting to the punchline. She need to sit down and talk to somebody. So I like to be that person. So if y'all just do me a solid, I already sent her a message. Y'all do me a solid, hit her up on TikTok and be like, hey, yeah, go hit up Everyday PJ, man. Get on his TV, get on his channel. Let's do this. Let's get it popping. I help her with her YouTube, get her YouTube popping. No big deal, man. Let's get it popping, man. Anyway, more hot videos. I'm about to go edit a thumbnail so I can have a video up by 8 a.m. and I gotta go to the dentist, so I need to get some rest. All right, everyday people, man. Thank you all for joining. Man, it's been a wonderful night. Remember, man, y'all keep it lit. Hit up the links in the description. We got Opulence Scents. We got HiveMindLabs.com. We got them all. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and rock with your boy, man. Everyday people. Appreciate everybody for coming through. We got Cindy, Good Karma, T6. We had Rob. We got Robin B, TNT, Kiana, Brandy, Layla, Aurora Reviews, Mimi, Starseed, Sis. It was more Uncle Ro, uh, Joe Lee, Tips World. Um, yeah, all y'all, man. All y'all. I appreciate all y'all. Because we kept it lit all night long. And I'm tired. So, yeah, make sure y'all, hey, and if y'all are a content creator, y'all hit me up and, damn. Y'all hit me up on, Instagram or YouTube, share your channel, and I will definitely get, you know, I'll follow y'all. We can keep it lit, and that's what it is. Everyday people.